Hello zusammen, welcome back to my channel. I hope that you guys are all having a good day so far. If this is your first time here, welcome. My name is Diana and I make videos all about my life in Germany as an expat living in Berlin, Germany. I talk about the German culture, how to find a job in Germany, how to settle in, all of that good stuff. So if you guys are interested in that, definitely make sure to stick around. But for today, I'm actually going to be talking about what you need in order to move to Germany. And I get so many questions in the comments, on the Facebook group, on my website, from people who want to move here, but they second guess themselves and they set up a lot of limits for themselves. You know, they say they don't think they can move there because they don't speak the language or they're not an EU citizen or one thing or another. And I really want to talk more so about what you need mentally in order to move here. I know a lot of people want to move abroad and they want to leave their comfort zone, and I feel like half of the battle of actually moving abroad is making sure that you have a strong mindset so that you can actually push yourself when things get a little bit harder and if things don't work out right away. If you are interested in my whole story of how I moved here, I will leave the video linked right over here where I talk about my own struggles that I had to go through in order to finally land a job here. So if you want to hear that again, it will be linked. But we all go through our own struggles, and I'm sure all of us have our own doubts, and we worry about whether or not we can actually achieve things. And sometimes, unfortunately, all of these thoughts stop us from going after the things that we want. And this can really limit you. But I'm telling you that if it's something that you really want, if you want to move abroad, if you want to live in Germany, then it is definitely possible for you. And I want to give you some tips that you can use so that you can start taking the actions now to make that a reality for yourself. So one of the first things is you want to set a plan for yourself and set a specific goal in mind. For me, I started this by giving myself a 3-month window in order to land a job in Germany. And you can see that in my video that I talk about my whole story of why I did give myself that window. And this was, I think, extremely important to actually being able to move here because I knew that I had a goal in mind and I had to work every single day towards that goal. So this really drove me to applying to jobs every single day, multiple times a day, even if I didn't hear back from companies. And that's why I do highly recommend this being your first step, because if you don't have an end goal in mind of when you want to get to Germany by, when you want to secure a job by, again, time is just gonna go and you're gonna make up excuses. So that is very, very important. Set a plan and a goal for yourself. The second thing that I'm gonna recommend is to stop letting the opinions of others affect you so much. And I know that this is easier said than done, especially if those opinions are coming from friends or family members. I know that I get a lot of messages from people saying that, oh, my family is not very supportive, or my friends think that it's not possible for me to get a job here. But I'm gonna tell you that as soon as you let those opinions come into your mind, then you are going to psych yourself out or tell yourself that you're not able to do it because you're letting their opinions affect what you think you're capable of. So even though maybe some friends or family members might not be supportive, try the best to not listen to that. And that's why it is important to have that end goal in mind and that plan for yourself, because once you have that, then no matter what other people say, you know what you have to do every single day and you're gonna work on it. And a lot of the times, the reason why sometimes family members or friends are not supportive initially is because they're actually scared and they want to try to protect you. They don't want you to get hurt. moving abroad is scary. You're moving away from the people that you care about. You're going to a completely new culture, a completely new continent sometimes, and it can be scary, and the people around you may just be trying to protect you by telling you that maybe, it's not worth it, you shouldn't go for it, just stay where you are at. But if it is something that you really want, then again, you have to work on it every single day and try to get those opinions out of your mind and just focus on what you need to do in order to make yourself happy and do what you have to do to improve your life, whether that be your career or just change the situation that you're currently in if you are not happy with it. Now, the third thing that I recommend doing is looking at resources online. So whether it be, watching videos like mine or other people's videos, reading blogs about people who have moved to Germany, and you can learn about their stories, what they've gone through, the steps that they took, and how they are liking life here. I know that was really helpful for me when I decided I wanted to move here. I wanted to learn as much about the culture, and I wanted to learn as much about what it's like to live day-to-day life here. So I watched a lot of videos, I read a lot of blogs, and that really kept me motivated and kept me inspired to keep applying for jobs even when things got a little bit hard and I wasn't hearing back from companies. It really motivated me. Also, I'm a big fan of Instagram. I don't know, I'm showing you my phone, but I like to go on the hashtag, for instance, Germany or Berlin, or follow accounts of people living in Germany, because I get to see, what their life is like. So if you want to get that motivation and get inspired, I would recommend, for instance, going on Instagram and checking them out. If you want to see, for instance, my daily life here, and maybe get some inspo if you want, I will leave my Instagram below so you can check it out too. But yeah, I find that super, super helpful. Learn from all of the people online who have done it, because that will give you the encouragement and let you know that it's definitely possible for you to do it as well. And the last and final thing that you want to do is to prepare yourself mentally for this whole transition, because moving abroad is going to be a difficult process. It's going to push you out of your comfort zone, and just, moving to Germany is so crazy because you have to learn about a completely new culture. You have to learn a bit more about the language. You have to go ahead and just settle in and live your day-to-day life here, and dealing with things like German bureaucracy. It's a lot, it can get overwhelming, and if you don't prepare yourself mentally and let yourself know that it's gonna be hard, then you might just give up and go back home as soon as it gets really hard. And you want to make sure that you are aware that it's not going to be easy, but it's going to be worth it at the end. And everything is a process. It's going to take time for you to learn everything. But if you do, join online communities like Facebook groups for expats who have moved abroad, you can join our community. I'll leave a link down below. Or if you even, watch videos like this, it will make things a lot better. Also, try to go to meetups when you move here, because you'll surround yourself with other people who are going through the same things. And it's just gonna encourage you to keep going when things do get tough. I wanted to make a book recommendation, and I don't really do this often. I don't think I've actually ever done this on my channel. I do talk about books more on my Instagram, but I wanted to recommend The War of Art by Steven Pressfield. This is a really great book because it talks about resistance, which is something that a lot of us deal with on a day-to-day basis. And resistance is what keeps us from going the next step and going after the goals that we want. So if you want some tips on how to overcome resistance, whether it's just for your day-to-day life or resistance as to why maybe you can't move to Germany, I would highly recommend this book. I will leave a link down below for you guys if you do want to buy it on Amazon. But I love this book. I highly recommend it. And this goes hand in hand with preparing mentally. Reading books like this, self-development books, will help you with that process. So yeah, highly recommend. But that's going to be all for today's video, and I know it's a bit different, but I hope that you guys do find it helpful and put these tips into practice if you are in the journey or in the process of moving here. I hope that all of you don't get discouraged and you keep going after what you want, and if being in Germany, working here is something that you want, then I have no doubt that you can make it happen. Everything is possible and you can go after it. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. But that's going to be all, you guys. I hope that you have a great rest of the day. And if you have any questions, if you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and leave your comments down below. And I will talk to you all in my next one. Cheers!